welcome back to Cheap and Green. It's fall now and it's getting quite cool outside, cold, rainy, windy. So it's time to put all of the summer clothes away, the shorts, the t-shirts, all the little cute sundresses. Those all need to be packed away until the spring, and all the warm woolly sweaters need to come out. So in our house, since we've moved upstairs to the 3rd floor, we actually have very limited closet space. We can't keep all of our clothes, all of our seasonal clothes in one closet at once. It's not possible. It's too crowded. So we switch out, and we have a cedar chest, and we have a couple of other things that we use to store that off-season stuff. In the staircase going up to our 3rd floor, we have this lovely dormer, and it has a ton of storage. Now, most of it is this long storage, and these are full of books. But there's also these drawers. And I'm embarrassed to tell you that up until like a week ago, they were actually crammed full of baby clothes. It's true, little booties, little sleepers, baby clothes. My daughter will be 15 in 2 months, and I have baby clothes in what is basically prime storage in our house. Hi, Henry. Henry's helping. So my mom and I went through all the baby clothes. So cute. So cute. And I kept some of it that I couldn't bear to part with, but most of it I donated. So that left me with 4 really quite roomy drawers to store my off-season stuff. Now, the other problem I had is that the drawers were actually wood inside. And you can see, you know, just kind of plywood. And they kind of smelled like a cottage. They were a little musty and a little mildewy. And I thought, you know, I don't want to put my clothes into that. And I didn't want to go and buy MAC tack because, I mean, that stuff's going to yellow eventually, and then how do you get it off? So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to paint the insides of them just to clean them up. So I gave them a quick couple of coats of paint. Probably could have done a 3rd coat of paint, but whatever, it's the inside of a drawer. And they're going to be great. So these 2 are empty and ready for my summer clothes, my shorts and my t-shirts. This one is storing fabric for future projects. This is what my daughter's room used to be decorated with. How cute is that? So I may recycle that and use it, or I may give it away. Probably not give it away. Too sentimental. The last one is actually Halloween costumes. So these are just, I mean, cute jester's hats, needing repair, and other cute things. The other thing I like to do at this time of year is actually go through my clothes and get rid of some of the stuff that I'm no longer using. Maybe it doesn't fit me, maybe, you know, like this one, it's had its day. It's sort of weirdly stretched at the bottom and it's starting to pill. So that one's gonna go. This, I really liked this, but the arms are like weirdly tight at the bottom, so it's actually not comfortable. And a couple pairs of jeans that never really fit properly, but it's time to go. So the other thing I like to do is check my clothes, and look what I discovered. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and show you with my hand. Can you see that? These are moth holes. A couple of my t-shirts were showing signs of moth damage. These are not fixable, and I really wouldn't donate. I mean, you're basically just passing the problem along. I don't know how we ended up with moths. It's really hard to tell where they came from, and they're really annoying to get rid of. But the first thing you do is go through, and these are garbage. So these will go to Goodwill. They're not damaged, they're fine. Getting rid of moths is sort of a multi-stage process. Step 1 is throw out everything that's been eaten. Just throw it out. Step 2 is decontaminate everything else that you own. Now, for the fabric stuff, you can actually just run that through the hot cycle on the dryer. So pick a cheap day, like on a weekend when power is cheap, and put all the clothes through the hot cycle on the dryer for about 20 minutes. And that will kill any remaining eggs or larvae or anything that's in there. And it, you know, takes the dust out and stuff too, so it's pretty good. Anything that can't be put through the dryer, like shoes or hangers, or maybe silk stuff that really wouldn't stand up to the hot dryer cycle, you put in a plastic bag and you put it in your freezer. You keep it in deep freeze, or if you're actually already in deep freeze outside, you can put it outside. That's okay as long as the temperature stays below 0. You want to keep it below 0 for 4 days. Take it out, let it come to room temperature, like, you know, overnight or during one day, and then put it back in the freezer for another 4 days. It's really irritating, but it's totally non-toxic. So no chemicals, nothing nasty, no bad smells, and nothing toxic. It just takes a little bit of time. So I'm going to take everything out of this closet and decontaminate it, and then I'm going to really thoroughly vacuum the inside of my closet using a brush, just to make sure that all the dust and any possible inhabitants are gone. So everything's out of the closet, and now we vacuum. So I've decided to use just vinegar and water and a cloth on my hangers rather than putting them through the freezer for, you know, basically a week and a half, because it's just going to take a bit too much time for me. So I hope this works. The other thing I forgot to mention is that the inside of our closet is actually lined with cedar, and you'd think that that would be enough. But it obviously wasn't. And actually, before we put our clothes in there, I went in and dusted everything in the closet, and I actually sanded the cedar walls, because sometimes cedar over time, you know, it gets handprints on it and it starts to lose that aromatic fragrance that keeps the moths away. So I was hoping that that would sort of enliven it enough to keep any moths away, but it didn't work. So these have already been through the dryer, so they're good to go back into the closet. Garner wears t-shirts all year round, so these will go back in the closet, and you can see what he likes. It's about a week later, and I have done all of the cleaning and the dryer cycle and the freezer cycle and switched over all the clothes. So let me show you the finished product. This is all of our winter clothes now. Everything has been cleaned. The closet has been cleaned. So hopefully we have conquered the moth problem. Here I am in the dormer, and these 2 drawers now house all of our summer things. It's all t-shirts and blouses, just tops. Pretty much all of them are mine. And in the drawer up here, this is shorts and capris, that kind of thing. I was really thorough with my cleaning, and I also went through my chest of drawers as well. I took everything out of here. I vacuumed the inside of the drawers, and everything went through the dryer. So I am really hoping that I have conquered these moths. Moths like dark places, and they're fond of dust, and they love natural fibers. So they're going to go for things like fur and wool and cotton first, but they like to survive too. So if they're desperate, they're going to go into your polyester as well. They're not going to be fussy about it if there's nothing else available. So that's why you really have to clean thoroughly and make sure that nothing is exempted from this process. Thanks for joining me on Cheap and Green. I'll make sure I include a list of all the steps that you need to take if you have encountered a moth problem as well. I hope not, for your sake. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Me with, ow, bitey cat. Wait, sorry.